Hi everybody, welcome. Welcome to this week's yoga class. I'm super excited to share with something that I've just been sort of marinating on for a couple weeks now. And I decided that this whole week series was going to be geared around this idea of calm. And we think about calm a lot, at least I do. I think about being calm and even people have said, you seem so calm. And yeah, I am calm. I am calm. However, I have moments like everybody where I feel that internal storm, whether it's a physical storm or an emotional storm or a mental storm where my mind gets really busy. And and sometimes I forget I have these tools with me, and sometimes I tap right into those tools. And I love the word calm. I love the idea, the concept of being calm. And I think when we're calm, we can access some of those strategies that we know. We can be better people as a whole. And isn't that why we come to yoga? At least that's why I practice. In the beginning, I practiced because I wanted to touch my toes and I wanted to get stronger. I had no idea what was about to happen in my life. And I'm so, so grateful that it became less about touching my toes and more about my life and being the best version I can be. So today's practice all week, this entire series is about calm. Practice will be slow, it will be deliberate, and it's going to be super chill, super zen, but good. So how I want you to start today is I want you to find a comfortable seat, but preferably the knees are going to open and the soles of your feet are going to touch. So your legs are going to be shaped somewhat like this. So oftentimes we come to this sort of butterfly position, but make sure that the heels of your feet are pretty far away from the base of your body. So go ahead and find yourself in that space. And then before we get too deep into the practice, I do want to let you know that today's class is going to be a lot of flow, but not a lot of rigorous, like no chaturangas and power. Instead, we're going to tap into flowy movements, and there will be some opportunities to even do a little bit of Tai Chi inspired movements. And what this does is, on a very deep level, it reminds you that the water that flows through any stream or river can move over those boulders, move around the sticks, can move underneath things. And those things that grow on the side of a riverbank or a stream, the twigs, the grasses, the reeds, water moves through those. And so as we move our bodies in a similar fashion as to how water flows through a river, I want you to come into that visualization that there will always be boulders in your life. There will always be twigs that get gnarled up in what direction you want to go, maybe for that day or maybe for your year or even beyond that. There is always going to be stuff on the perimeter of our life that's designed to hold us and keep us back. And our job is to move through it and around it and over it, and then life becomes calm. So find your feet touching, knees open, and then draw your belly button in. And you're going to fold over those legs. Let your head fall. So if your eyes are open, be looking right at your heart. I'm going to shut off my camera as I always do. And I want you just to listen to my voice. But more importantly, I want you to listen to the voice within, and I want you to be your own teacher. So as you fold over these legs, bent and open, begin to just do a quick body scan here. Make adjustments on your sitting bones. You draw the belly in just a little bit more and even tuck the elbows in just slightly. So we have this really rounded spine, the head's heavy, and there's just this offering of letting go. Maybe even take the fingertips that might be holding on tight to the ankles or the feet and just let them soften, maybe even curl, maybe even rest to the outsides of your feet or on top of your feet. But there's minimal effort here. And start to notice how the breath just simply moves in and around and through your body. As you take the exhale out, that breath is given away. And then you draw in the next breath, it fills up your body and consumes you, and then you let it go. And there's just no holding on to the breath today. It's just moving through you, effortless. Maybe the breath is as long as a 4 or 5 count in to get you caught up in the rightness or the wrongness. Just instead let it breathe. Put a little bit of deliberate effort into the breath to start to connect. Your next breath in, start to begin to straighten your spine up to a seated position, but keep your eyes closed. Roll all the way up and gently tip your nose up towards the ceiling. You notice that your heart just gets this lift, your throat begins to get space, and then you're going to tuck the chin in, hold the belly in, and just drape over those bent and open legs again. You're just going to roll through this. You'll inhale and curl your body up, up, up. Push the belly forward, lift your nose. And then reverse that by drawing the chin and the belly in and just laying over these open and bent legs. And then do that again. Unfurl the spine, rolling it up. Let the breath become longer and fuller. Lift your nose and then immediately exhale and let it round and let go. And you'll take about 4 more of those. Just feeling this beautiful movement through your spine, this opening and this closing and this wonderful elevation and this hunkering in. And it's effortless and smooth and it's rolling. The sensation of rolling our breath, rolling our breath, rolling our breath. So beautiful. And now create that tall spine and just rest your hands on your knees. And start really low with sitting bones and just begin to find small circles here. Taking the weight from sitting bone to sitting bone and just notice how your body naturally wants that flowing action to become bigger as you move through the belly, as you move through the ribs and they begin to roll around like you're stirring up this pot of goodness. And then the shoulders start to get involved and maybe even the head starts to get involved and the eyes stay closed and you're just circling the body. And just creating and inviting this sensation of flow. Not getting hung up anywhere, but instead just feeling and moving. And you'll take about 5 or 6 more circles here, and they're big and they're juicy. And they're full of flow and expression, goodness. And then you're going to pause. Start with the head and the shoulders get big and go the other way. We're going to reverse how this circle came to be. And so we start to move that energy down to our shoulders, to our ribs, to our sternum, and to our belly, to the pelvis. And then eventually we wind it so tight back up again that we find it just in the sitting bones, these tiny little circles. We're going to take that one more time. You'll pause, start small with the sitting bones, move it through the pelvis, start to get bigger with this action as the ribs roll, the shoulders roll, the head rolls. Now this energy within you, this movement of flow, you'll pause and reverse it right away and keep it big to start. Just keep going. Letting that energy move down the body, into the shoulders, into the sternum, into the ribs, into the belly, into the pelvis, and into the sitting bones where we finish and we wind it slowly to a place of stillness. We take a breath in and we take a breath out. Sometimes those circles, take another breath in and another breath out, can create sort of this dizziness in the body, but it actually helps to organize us. It helps with balance. It helps with organization of thoughts. It helps with how we show up in our physical space. It's a beautiful, beautiful tradition. It comes from Kundalini. So, so nice. And so then we come into those moments of stillness. When I'm practicing a calm practice, I like to breathe in the 2 words, I am. I like to breathe out an affirmative calm. And I breathe in, I am. And I breathe out calm. I start to take ownership of that, and I breathe in, I am. And I breathe out calm. Go ahead and place your hands to one side of your body, and this allows you to swing your legs behind you and make your way to a tabletop position. And when you get to the tabletop, spread your fingers nice and wide. And so your shoulders and your elbows and your wrists are directly in a line. The knees and the hips are in a line. And then we're going to start with this rolling action again. So push against the floor, round your spine as you breathe out. And we have that traditional cat pose. And then we're going to immediately roll into cow as we drop the belly, lift our heart, lift our nose, and roll right back into cat. And so we find that same shape of the spine, but in a different shape of our legs. And we roll through this, inhale and out, and we just breathe and we move, and there's no catching up on anything. It's just movement. You'll take about 2 more of those, and then we're going to add on to this. Go ahead and come back to tabletop, just neutral spine. Sink your hips back, way back to your heels. Beautiful. And let's roll again. Rise up, inhale, roll forward to that tabletop. And then when you exhale, press against the cat pose, hands go into the floor, and then we roll back to the cow pose with the heart lifting, nose lifting, and we sink back to child's pose. And we make it bigger again. We roll forward, inhaling, lift your heart, lift your nose, exhale right to the cat pose. Take the cow again, inhale, lift your nose, and then exhale, sit back to child's. Try that again, just let your body move. Don't think so much about the posture, the name of the posture, even the shape of the posture. Just let your body be your guide. And you'll do that 2 more times, and you're just rolling the breath through you as you elevate, extend the spine and round and sink. All of these motions reminding you of that river, just moving your body. And then you'll come back to tabletop and you'll stay, and then begin to circle your body again, making these big giant circles, shifting the weight of your body from hand to hand, from knee to knee, and you might even sink the hips back. One cheek might graze one heel as you rotate to the next, and you just keep moving and take the side bend as the head rolls, and let your ribs roll. Let this be really organic, really full of life here. Continue to flow. You'll take 2 more. Beautiful. And now reverse here, reverse. I know I'm going fast, but let your breath be your guide. Take this in the speed in which it feels good for you, but know that it can be a fast moving river. It could be a slow moving stream. Just move. You'll take about 4 more here. So nice. And now come back to tabletop. Maybe you have to reset your hands here, re-grip the mat, tuck your toes, come all the way up here to down dog. And so the hips go up and back, eyes go to your belly. We start to pedal out the dog, maybe shimmy your hips. Remember, we're not gonna stay in one particular pose very long, we're just moving. And then you'll look forward and you begin to walk your feet to the top of your mat. And when you get there, your body will be laying over your bent knees. Start to circle your arms just like spaghetti straps and just let them strap along and swing along. And there's just these ribbons coming out of your shoulders. And then go the other way with these ribbons, these long arms. And then maybe start to sway side to side and just let the arms sweep across. Beautiful. And now find stillness here and let the hands just drape down. Unfurl your spine up to stand as slow as you can. And when you get to the very top, drop your shoulders. Sweep your arms up high to the sky. Fingers will be soft. And then like a waterfall, just fly right back down. Let your fingers graze the floor. Come right back up, all the way up. Fingers are soft. Inhaling up to that mountain pose, and then exhale the waterfall. Go just like that again and again, reaching the arms up. Remember, there's no rigid movements today. Even the elbows could be bent here as you just are as if you're holding on to some of those beautiful ribbons and just pulling the ribbons up to the sky and then letting them fall down and touch the floor. And you'll take 2 more of those just like that. Just feeling what it feels like to flow and not get stuck on anything. Beautiful. Come all the way up to stand. Arms will extend above your head, and you're going to circle your arms as if you have 2 lassos, and you're sweeping these giant circles, really opening up the shoulders, and you'll take 4 more of those, just sweeping around. Beautiful. 2 more. Nice. And now reach your arms up high. Keep the fingers soft and sway up and over your head, and then switch as if you're a palm tree in the wind, and you're just taking the side bend and moving right to the other, and you're just sweeping arms with soft fingers. Beautiful. And start to bring the palm tree arms in front of you, but keep sweeping them side to side, just as if you're brushing something off a countertop. The hands just move with the arms. And you're just swaying. You're getting a twist now in your spine, and maybe it's big and bigger. You'll do 2 more just like that, and just feel the invigoration through your spine as you refuse to be still and let go. Open both arms big to a T. Reach the arms up high, and then bring the arms down and close your eyes and just feel for a moment. What does it feel like to have that energy moving through you? This idea of not getting stuck and rigidity and everything in perfect alignment, but instead this free-flowing, organic, creative, sensual even movements in the body. So nice. Sweep the arms up high again. Fingers will be soft. When you exhale, look up, maybe even reach back just a little bit. Come back up to center. Inhale. Sweep over your legs again. Sweep the floor. Come up halfway, take a breath in, fold all the way down. We're going to do that again. Reach and rise. Let the fingers be soft. Reach back, look up. Come back to a straight spine. Lay over your legs, sweep the floor. Come up halfway like a ribbon, touch the floor. Do that 1 more time, just reaching up, flowing, elbows are soft, reaching back, coming back up, and then folding over the legs. Beautiful. Come up halfway and then fold. Stay here. Slowly rise up. Get to the top and lower your shoulders. Take a giant step back with your left foot. You're going to turn towards that longer edge of your mat. And go ahead and turn your toes slightly out and your heels slightly in. Not a big turn out, but a soft turn out. And then bend your knees and just slide down into that little modified horse or goddess pose. So we're not going super deep today. And then just begin to pulse a little bit and just start to feel, not holding the posture, but just sort of feeling the hips begin to open a little bit as we pulse soft. Beautiful. Take about 3 more pulses here. Just feel that. Nice. And then stand tall, reach the arms up like a giant star. Beautiful. And then come right back down to that horse. Hands can be wherever you'd like them to be, down or in a cactus. And then you pulse again for 5 and just start to feel how this rhythm becomes in your body. It could be deeper, you could be staying where you're at. And then your next one, you'll inhale, reach up, star pose, maybe even look up. We have 1 more set like that. And go ahead and bend your knees. Just pulse, just feel. Don't get hung up on any one particular thing. Beautiful. And now reach and rise up to the star. Take a breath and bring your arms down. Legs will be straight here. Now in front of you, I want you to put your hands in front of you as if you're holding like a beautiful ball. We did this in the chair practice, so this might be familiar if you went ahead and viewed the chair yoga class this week. But I want you to imagine that you're holding a beautiful ball Perhaps it's made of glass. Perhaps it's a beautiful gem. It's precious though. It's about the size of a grapefruit, or too big, but there is some energy that it is weighty. It's not just like a balloon. There is something that you're holding. And then go ahead and close your eyes. So your legs are straight, you're standing tall, and you're holding onto this beautiful ball. Elbows are softly bent, a little bit maybe even touching your ribs. I want you to take your hands as though you're just polishing this ball, just smoothing your hands around this beautiful ball, this beautiful gem. And then reverse that polish, take it the other way. Just feel what that feels like. Smoothness. And now take your hands and pull the ball apart as if you're stretching it like taffy, and then push in. Don't let your hands touch, and then pull that taffy again. So we start to feel this connection to the space between our hands. We're just moving it and opening it and closing it, and it feels so nice. And now bring your hands towards each other. Not touching, but towards, and just begin to pulse your hands towards each other. Just these tiny little pushes. You might start to feel like there's this magnetic pull between your hands. That's beautiful if that's what you feel. And if you don't feel it, that's okay too. And now pause and just hold on to that beautiful ball of goodness. Hold on to that sphere of light, or whatever it is that you imagine. Bend your knees soft into that horse. Here's where we're going to start to move a little bit. Take your ball that you're holding with your hands and start to slide it over to the right, just a little bit. And now slide it back through the center over to the left, just like as if you're holding it along a countertop and you're just sliding it. But don't let your hands touch. You're still holding that beautiful ball and you're just sliding it. And you might bend your knees more and get a little bit more involved here with the legs. But there's flow here. There's movement here. And now begin to make some figure eights like that, sliding the ball up and over, up and over, up and over, and up and over. And just continue to flow like that, just taking the ball up and over, this beautiful figure eight. And then go back to the countertop, slide it across, slide it across. Here's where we're gonna work our brain a little bit. Come back to center and hold. Now, do the figure eight the other way. We have a natural way that we like to start something like this. See if you can go the opposite way and make that up and over, and then sweep it through the midline, up and over. Maybe get a little deeper in the legs. So we're just moving here. We're just crossing the body with the ball. You'll take two more just like that. And now slide it across the counter again. This is sort of how we reset the brain, sort of how we reset the body. Just slide the ball. Beautiful. Now bring it to center and hold. So the knees are bent. You might start to be feeling something in the legs. Take the ball, and as if you're dropping it to the right side on the floor, just drop it. And then sweep it across the body up to the left corner of the room. And then cross like a diagonal line, bottom right. Inhale, toss it up or left. Do that again. Catch it and lower it to the right. Up to the left. Exhale, drop it. Inhale, cross and lift. Two more, just like that. So we're just drawing half of an X here with this beautiful ball. And now we come back to center, we reset by sliding it across the countertop. Now come back to center, hold. We're gonna do the other side. Drop to the left, toss it up to the right. Add the breath here. Exhale, bottom left. Inhale, up to the right. Do that again, bottom left. Inhale, up. Three more, just feel it. Lift and lower. Beautiful. So nice. Get longer with the arms, lower with the legs, come back to the countertop and sweep it across, slow. We're almost done with this. We're almost done. It should feel good in the body. Come back to center. And now you're gonna bend down as if you wanna lower the ball onto the mat, but don't let it touch. And now inhale, reach it up to the sky, catch it, and then exhale, lower. Lift it up, reach up, arms straighten. Imagine catching the ball, exhale, lower. Knees stay bent the whole time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, catch, and sweep it down and lower it. You have two more, just like that. Use your breath. Exhale, lower it. You should feel stretch through the back. Inhale. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now come back to center. Legs stay bent. We slide across. We slide across. Our last set. Come back to center. Hold the beautiful ball. Now push the ball forward. Straighten your arms and then grab the ball and pull it back into your heart. Push the ball away. Pull it in. Do that again. Push and pull and push and pull. You have 2 more just like that. So nice. Last one. And now hold the ball. Hold the ball. Find it again. Find it. Find it. Keep your knees nice and bent. Doesn't have to be deep. Just find it. And then seal your hands together. Let them touch. Close your eyes and stand tall. Perfect. Turn back towards the front of your mat and step your left foot to meet your right. You'll be at the top of your mat. Arms will reach up again. Fingers will be soft. Elbows will be bent. And you will exhale into a fold. Slide up halfway. Take a breath in. Hands touch the floor and your right foot steps back right away. And your arms come up with your torso. Left knee is bent. You're in a lunge. So a familiar pose, it's a crescent lunge. We're not gonna stay here long. Remember, we're all about flowing here. So you'll take a breath here and then spin your right foot to the mat. Keep your knee bent in the left and open up to warrior 2. So we go right from a lunge to warrior 2. You're looking over your left hand, the front hand, and then flip your hand and reach your left arm up to the sky. Get a nice little peaceful warrior, reverse warrior. Cartwheel your arms all the way back to the mat. Shift into the left leg, lift your right leg high, standing split, and then exhale to a fold. Reach and rise all the way up, that beautiful extension. Fingers are soft. Waterfall down, graze the floor with your fingertips. Come up halfway, and then fold. This time, left foot steps back, right knee bends. Immediately bring the arms up, find the lunge. And then spin your left foot to the mat. Right knee stays bent. Open up warrior 2. Look at your right hand. Flip your hands. Reach it up as you come into peaceful warrior, reverse warrior, and then cartwheel right back down to the mat. Hands find it. Shift the weight into your right foot. Left leg lifts and you fold. We go again. Reach up, rise up, look up, and then just waterfall down over your legs. Slide up halfway, let it be soft and full of flow. You'll touch the floor, right foot steps back, left knee bends. You reach and rise. Open up the arms, warrior 2. Don't stay long in either pose. Left arm goes high, and then you windmill the arms back to the mat. Hands find it, and the back foot lifts, and then you find the fold, and we go again. Reach up like a beautiful flower, and then just waterfall down, graze the floor, come up halfway. Folds. Left foot this time, step it back. When you're ready, reach and rise. Immediately open up, and arms might even cross as you become really organic, as if you're holding a ribbon. Your right arm goes high, and then you cartwheel back, hands touch, back foot lifts, and you find the fold. We do it all again. One more time. Reach up. Let your fingers be last. Look up. Extend the back, and now fold over the legs. Sweep. Come up halfway. Fold, right foot steps back. When you're ready, arms drape up the body. You find the lunge. Immediately open up into warrior 2 and right into peaceful warrior. Let your arms become the windmill, taking you back to the mat. Your back foot lifts and you fold, and we go one more time. Reach up, look up, fingers are last, and then you sweep down in your waterfall of flow. Come up halfway. Let your hands find the mat. Left foot this time, step back. When you're ready, reach up, open up, lift that front arm, sweep it like a ribbon, come back to the mat. Your back leg will eventually lift, and then the feet come together and you fold. Stay here in the folds. Heel and toe your feet wide as your mat. Let your body drape over your bent legs. Head below the heart, catch your breath. Breathe. Breathe. So beautiful. So nice. Go ahead and heel and toe your feet back so they're close. Start to rebuild your spine here. Come up to stand. When you get to the stand, immediately just lift your right knee high. Open your right leg like a gate. Come back to the front. Open it again like a gate, just sweeping that external rotation of the hip. Close it. Arms can be where you need them to be, open wide. We've got 2 more of these swinging, standing gates. Open your leg. Close your leg. 1 more. Open. Close and lower your right foot. Let's try the left. You'll lift your left knee, then immediately open it and close it. Just let it swing and sway. Okay, these are some of those obstacles that we find in the river of life where we think we can't, or we think we have to do it right, or we have to do all 5, and maybe we do 1, and that's perfect today. Lower the left foot, close your eyes. Go ahead and just fold over your legs. Come into a nice forward fold here. Just let the body fold. Then begin to bend your knees so tight that you lower your bum to the mat, and then just roll all the way to your back. Not staying in one particular pose long. Bend your knees, slide your feet in so that your heels are close to your cheeks, maybe even so close that with your arms down by your side, your fingertips can touch your heels. And then let your belly sink down against your spine as you tuck your pelvis under. And then come right back to a neutral pelvis by creating some space here. So we're going to start a low again. Remember the circles, how we had that low sitting bone action. We're going to bridge flowing series the same way. So we're just moving the pelvis, not lifting the hips at all. We're just moving, sinking the belly down against the floor, and then letting the spine lift. We're just doing these pelvic tucks here. Beautiful. And now go ahead and let your belly sink against the spine and let it touch the floor. And this time when you inhale, we're going to rise up our hips. When we get to the very top of the bridge, we're going to stay for a moment to exhale and push into our feet. Then we'll inhale, lift our hips an inch, and then just roll the spine all the way back down to the mat. And you'll come back to that neutral pelvis where there's space, not touching. Immediately sink the belly against the spine. Exhale. Inhale, lift up your hips high to the sky. Let your heart shine. Push into your feet and exhale. Then lift an inch. Breathe. And then melt the body down. Just roll. Come back to the neutral pelvis and then sink the belly. Do you feel how this rolls? Lift the hips high to the sky. Stay for your exhale. Lift an inch and then melt the body down, 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 down until you get to the pelvis. Come back to neutral. Do that 2 more times. Just allow the belly to sink and then the hips to rise. And then you stay to elevate even more. And then you melt the spine down and you come back to neutral 1 more time. And then you sink. And then you rise those beautiful hips, stay for the exhale, shine your heart, and then lower the body all the way down. And then squeeze the knees into the chest and curl into a tiny ball and immediately begin to make some movements in circles, massaging your back, your spine. Go the other way. Maybe open and close the knees here. Let it be really organic. There's no right way to do this. Maybe the knees open and close and keep circling. Maybe you don't. And now take one hand onto each knee and let the knees open as wide as they can, and then immediately close them. Open the knees. Close the knees. Do 2 more of those. Feel the lubrication of the hip socket. Feel it. Connect with it. Beautiful. Now lower your feet to the mat. Knees stay bent. Walk your feet to the edges of the mat. Drop the knees over to the left like windshield wipers. Sweep them back up to center and then drop them to the other side. Do that again. Up and over. Side to side. Just letting the body move. The movement of the class is coming to a close here. Keep going just a few more times. So nice. Now bring your knees back up to center. Walk your feet so that they're close, 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 and let your knees open. Soles of the feet come back to touch just as we started the practice. Let your arms open wide, palms up. This lets the heart open, allows the shoulders to soften and the fingertips curl in. And take a really long breath in here. Close your eyes. Empty the breath. The idea of a calm class may have led you to believe it would be slow. But here's the deal. The movements. The continual circulation of breath and movement is a powerful reminder that we don't have to get caught up in the obstacles of our life. We don't have to get stuck in the reeds and the weeds and the grasses that are on the peripheral of our life. That we can flow through this. We can move over it. We can go around it. We can go under it. We can go through it. And if you've spent any time near a river or a stream, you know that there are these pockets, if you will, that the water becomes still and the water becomes calm. In the midst of the flow, in the midst of the movement of the water, the boulders and the twigs and all the stuff that's in a river, there's these pockets of calm. And without the flow and without the obstacles and moving through things, we would not have that pool of calm. And so we seek it and we find it. We've done the work. And now we allow the work of all of the circles, all of the movements to come into that pool of stillness, into that place of calm. And we're powerfully reminded that we have the potential to see ourselves as so resilient and so able to move through things and to move around things. And to seek that place of calm and beauty. Let your breath become still. I am calm. Let your body become still. Stay as long as your body wants to be in this pool of calm. Have faith that you can move through and around and over all of the obstacles of our life, whether they are small, little tiny obstacles or big ones. We can flow, we can move, and we can find calm. As always, I am deeply honored to share space with you, to share breath, to share intention, to share practice. I feel you. I resonate with you. And I am so grateful for you. I wish you the best always. Namaste.